One day I was out working in my car, again, trying to save as much money as I can. And she walks out and says, "Dad, I'm ready to start my business." She was 7 years old. But at that moment, I had the ability to change my life along with hers. I could have easily have said, "You know, right now I'm working on my car, and I will get back to you later," or "You're too young." I could have gave her 150,000 excuses. But I slid from underneath my car, and I said, "If you're ready, then I'm ready." I gave her a small challenge, and she proved herself. And ever since that day, I realized that if we don't invest in our kids when they're ready, then nothing will ever happen in their lives. If they come to us and say, "I am ready," and we don't, as parents, adults, or guardians, don't take that time to say, "Let's go," then we're just going to shut their lives down right then and there. So right now I'm going to introduce you to our second of 4 girls and let her tell her story. Here's Danae Ferguson.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Danae Ferguson. I am 9 years old and I am in the 4th grade. I have been in business since I was 8 years old. And when I started my business, I became the youngest business owner in Fresno County history. I have been featured in all types of media, local and international, and I think that is cool. Starting a book donation business has taught me a lot of things. First of all, let me tell you about my business. The name of my business is Reading Heart. Reading Heart is a book donation program. When people donate books or money, we give those books to children in the hospitals and to children who are less fortunate. The reason why we would give those books to children who are in the hospitals is because when they have surgery, they get bored. So when you give them a book, it makes them use their imagination to act like they're outside the hospital. And for the kids less fortunate, they're usually in places where they can't get a book or they don't have enough money to afford a book. So when you give them a book, it makes them happy and it gives them the same opportunity as others to learn. Reading Heart has shown me very interesting things. For example, there are a lot of children out there that don't have books. And I mean there are a lot. Reading Heart has collected over 55,000 books and has donated over 10,000 books. And most of them go to children who don't have very many books. When I opened my business, my main goal was just to share my passion of reading with other kids. Well, with others. I have always had books in my house, and I truly thank my parents for that. But I wasn't aware that there were so many kids out there that don't have any books. When I opened my business, with Reading Heart, I realized that not only do some kids not have books in their house, it's because they live in areas where it is hard to get a book. Kids need books. Well, kids love books, and we need books. Because without a book, there is no real way for children to learn and use our imagination. Giving books to children at a young age allows us to start opening our minds and using our imagination. Allows us to start opening our minds so we can be anything. I gave a speech to a school once, and a lot of children wanted to be the next president. But how can they be president if they don't have books? Some said they wanted to be scientists, but if they don't have books, how can they learn how to be a scientist? If we don't give kids books, we are taking away their power of learning. My parents gave me my power. I call it my superpower. because I can learn anything with books. I am a straight-A student and I have learned a lot. Giving children books at a very young age allows us to be superheroes or have superpowers. I think it is good to give kids books, and that is why, with Reading Heart, my goal is to share books with everybody. I'm going to collect as many books as I can so I can make sure every kid can use their superpower. I want to thank my parents for giving me at a young age the power to have something to read. Because with that, I can learn anything. And I truly feel like I have a superpower. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving me my superpower and for supporting me with my business to share this power with everyone.
Now, it's up to everybody in this room to do the same thing. Kids are not able to make decisions on their own or do it on their own. If they could, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot of cake and ice cream in the house and a lot of things would be different. But us as adults, we're the ones who dictate their future. There are a lot of people in this room today that have the ability to change a lot of lives. If I wouldn't have rolled underneath my car, we would not have been able to touch 10,000 lives already. So to effectively create a whole bunch of superheroes, we first have to become a superpower in this room. We have to not talk about it. We have to not read about it. We need to come together as one, work together, find these children who are ready, and support them all the way through so they can start sharing their powers with everybody else. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. She gets a $2 bill for every like she gets on her Facebook page. So if you can go to facebook.com/readingheart so she can get as many $2 bills as she can, or go to readingheart.org and you can support her in any way. Thank you.